2 weeks. Wow.
2 weeks. That's my name tag. Alrighty. Great evening, everyone. We're back again. 2 weeks in a row.
Back again.
Since we just logging in, I'm just going to give just a few more seconds for
Can't wait to start like music and
music.
Like a music intro,
What kind of music?
Crunk music, what you mean?
Or,
You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I already tagged myself. Thank you.
So it recognized your face?
It recognized me because it knows me. Because I'm the one that's on it.
Pretty creepy.
It's Facebook, so you know.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. How'd you do?
It was better than ever. In training, I started a new job, y'all. So currently in training right now. So about that training life. How was your day?
AKA trying to stay awake.
Ooh. And surprisingly, I did not have Coca-Cola. I will be talking about Coca-Cola soon. But I didn't have any Coca-Cola today. I was going to get some. I ended up fixing a vanilla cappuccino on my way out.
Got your fancy cappuccino.
Yeah, it's like, select your beverage. And I'm like, what do I want?
Hey, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, that's mine. Oh
my gosh, with your glasses on.
Hey, I'm saying I couldn't see it over there. What's up? More money. More money.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Anywho, you all. Great evening. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hope you all have been having a better than ever Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It is, this is the second week we are going live with you here. Cleet the Geek. Kim the Geek. I'm sorry, I should introduce yourself. I'm Kim the Geek.
Cleet the Geek.
For those of you that didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're coming in Wednesday, doing our weekly live. And today, what's the title today?
The title, The Branding Basics.
Okay, the branding basics. Okay.
And we're going to start with the logo.
Oh, the logo.
Yeah.
Now the logo, you all, it's important.
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And obviously, I talk a lot, so I'm trying not to talk too much. But yeah, the logo is very, very important. So check it out. Kim has a couple of things she wants to say about it. And, we just want to share some things with you guys, give some value. If you guys want to interact, we can answer any questions. But, just want to share with you guys this week.
Yeah, so like Cleet said, today's topic, we're talking about the branding basics, specifically the logo. And
gotta start with the logo.
Why a logo is important, as a business owner. It's very important. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how many of you, but if you all don't know, something about me is that I love Coca-Cola. Like, Coca-Cola is my ride or live drink.
Cocaine.
Not a Coke fiend.
Oh, right. We gotta watch the terminology.
That's right. But I love Coca-Cola. And, Coca-Cola has a universal logo. No matter where you are, what city, state, even country you're in, you know the logo when you see it, Coca-Cola. And no matter if it's in a can, a bottle, glass bottle, heck, even when you go to a fast food place like McDonald's and you go to the fountain, it's the logo, Coca-Cola. Seeing the red with the white lettering Coca-Cola, you know it when you see it. So,
and with that logo, I think you all can attest that even if you like Coke or you don't like Coke, you know what you're getting. You know the taste that's gonna come with it. If let's say if that same drink was in a blank bottle and you put that bottle next to Pepsi and Cola and whatever other brands you have there, you wouldn't be able to distinguish that logo. That drink. You won't be able to distinguish it. So right there, Kim's making emphasis on the fact that logos allow you to differentiate yourself in the market.
Right.
So it's vitally important that when we're talking about branding and building a brand that people know, like, and trust, that you start with the logo. It's going to be the easiest way for someone to identify who you are and then be able to associate whatever your product or your service is with you. So if you have a strong logo and you're a person that provides a service, if they start to see that logo in different places on social media, if you see it in their community, if they see, like if you're sponsoring different events in your community, as soon as they see that logo, they're going to think of your service and your product that you provide. So, it's really important.
Yeah, and I was about to say, sometimes it's the first impression. Like, sometimes people see your logo before they even see your face or anything else dealing with your company. Like, the first interaction they're going to have is with your logo.
Yeah, so to kind of dive into some points about the importance of a logo. First and foremost, I think we can all agree as well.
Keep going. I'm sorry. People on Facebook.
I
see one person says they're having major connection issues, slow video, no sound. Can anyone else hear us on Facebook? Just let us know before we continue, and we can reconnect on Facebook.
Yeah, we're trying to get it right here, guys. So
yes,
let us know.
We want things done in excellence. Okay.
Okay.
In excellence.
Somebody got their eyebrows fresh.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Anybody else? Let me see. I see Wayne. Okay. Khalil said he can hear.
Right,
okay, cool.
Shout out to
Mama
Khalil.
Thompson. See if you can log back out, then log back in. Possibly. Mama Thompson. Mama Christine. I say Mom Christine.
Look at the sound.
Oh, that's a nice closet.
Wow, man. Oh, you can see all in my closet, man. Get all in the closet, bro.
Wayne is taking a tour of our house, huh?
Get all in the closet, man. I didn't even know it was.
He's laughing.
Don't judge me, y'all. All right.
All right. So looks like you gave your us. All right. Continue on.
So you see my.
Oh gosh! Remember, I told it. Side note, I told him he was going to use these hands when he's like talking.
Because it's emphasis, you have to, you hold the point, and it helps you deliver it, right?
Okay, Uncle Kevin said you're coming in clear.
Okay, great. But yeah, so a logo is vitally important because it's like Kim said, it's the first impression that a person gets with your brand. So if you didn't take the proper time, think about it. Let's just do a show of hands or whatever, however you want to interact. When you come across a business and they have a low quality logo, do you trust them? Like, do you want to do business? Like, we've been looking for, we could share.
Oh, trademark attorney.
Yeah, right. So we've been doing some research on trademark.
And trademark attorneys out there.
Yeah.
DM us, okay?
Yeah, hit us up. So we've been doing some research on getting a trademark for projects for some projects we're working on, and in that search, there were, we first started with looking at companies that could possibly do it because we know that there's charges associated with attorneys and there's some quick services you could get. So the first spot that we had was to use LegalZoom.
Right.
And we thought LegalZoom because that's something we used in the past to form an LLC we created a couple of years ago. So right away, they had already established an experience with us, so we wanted to go with them. But then I was like, okay, I know LegalZoom is an option, but I want to see what else is out there. So I started to do some research, and I was looking at all these different companies. And I guarantee you, and I know we all do the same thing, I literally had confidence in some of the other companies just because of the quality of their logo and the quality of their website. Anything that looked like it was made in 2009, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to spend my money, that I need, or trust that they can actually get me the, the trademark, like the legit.
The results.
Yeah, because this is legal stuff, right? So I'm not going to trust a company that didn't spend time to invest in their logo. So first point is, you need a logo because it shows people, it makes you trustworthy. It's your first impression with your potential clients, your potential audience, because some people may want to do motivational speaking. There's several things. Whatever your gift is to the world, you need a mark or an icon or some type of association that can speak for you when you're not there. Mm-hmm. So that's vitally important. And then, two, okay, now that you've established kind of your marking, your logo, your look, mm-hmm. it establishes the look and feel of everything else. Right. So, a lot of times people, you're excited, you got your new business idea, maybe you're an artist, right? You're a singer, a rapper, or maybe you're a coach or consultant. You're excited. You want to go and provide that service. The problem is if you get out there and you start, you set up your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, you set up all these things and you like, I want to show the city on Twitter, yeah, because my city is dope, right? And then over here on Facebook, you have like, you're talking about politics and different things, that, and you're doing this on your Facebook page, on your fan page, you're doing one thing in this platform, and then on Instagram, you're sharing pictures of workouts and stuff like that. So what that is communicating to your potential clients, potential audience is, okay, first of all, they won't even associate the different platforms in your website together. They won't associate, they won't know that it's all part of one brand. So
it's not consistent.
It's not consistent. So I'm saying all that to say, when you establish a logo, a strong logo, it sets the tone for everything else, because now you can put together a brand image mm-hmm. that represents everything else. If you chose colors, let's say black and white, so now you have a black and white logo that shows up on your LinkedIn page, your mm-hmm. Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram page, and everything you put out, it looks like you. Think about it. All of us, we all have our styles, right? We have different things that we like to wear that mm-hmm. represent us. Represent Nipsey right now. That's my boy. Even though I became a fan after he died, that's another conversation. But we all have our things that we wear specifically, or we buy that associate with us. Well, it's the same thing with your brand. If you don't have consistency with your logo. If you don't have a logo to start or kind of spark that consistency, then you find yourself all over the place in every other area. So once again, it establishes your brand image. Your logo, obviously it sets the tone, it builds the first impression, and then it establishes your brand image.
Because we don't want to confuse your audience.
Yeah. And then the last point, why it's important to get a logo, because it shows your clients and your audience the investment that you're willing to make mm-hmm. in them. So if your logo looks cheap, if your logo looks like it's something you slap together and word art, or I'm gonna call it out, if you pay $5 for it on Fiverr, then you're communicating mm-hmm. to your end client, your audience, that, hey, listen, I'm not willing, I'm just trying to get stuff done quick. I'm not going to be thorough with you. I'm going to just do whatever it takes. And, I'm not serious about what I'm doing. When I'm serious about my business, my product, my service, then I'm willing to make the investment to make sure I get it done right the first time around. So, right. A lot of times we don't think that a logo is that important because, for me, someone being in the design field, is vitally important because I think in design, I think and I think visually. But a lot of times when you're a lawyer, you're an attorney, mm-hmm. or you're just someone in a field that has no type of creative, aspect to it. Yeah. You don't think it's important, but you don't understand that your logo. It's not about how visually beautiful your logo is. It's about how well put together it is, and how it represents you, okay. and how it works to build trust with your audience, and with your clients.
It kind of reminded me of, there was this meme going around of like a horse that was half drawn, and then it says when you don't want to invest in a person to do your graphics or your website, it had the rest of the horse like hand drawn, looking like messed up.
No, that's
That's essentially what you're doing with your brand.
Yeah, it's unfinished.
Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten to the website, but that carries
That's
over.
a whole different.
Yeah, it carries over to your website. And I did spend a lot of time talking about social media, but it carries over to your website. You take a shortcut of your logo, you're taking a shortcut to your website. You're getting a quick website up, or you don't have a website. So think about it. If we won't purchase, clothing or anything online because a website looks cheesy or it looks, cheaply made, then what makes us think that our clients or our audience or whoever is going to want to engage with us when we don't invest in it ourselves?
Right.
So that's my long drawn out point.
Your clothes.
Yeah, I guess that's the clothes. But just wanted to share this week something we've been having discussions on. We've been talking a lot about different aspects, and we want to bring value to you guys weekly. So hope this was valuable to you. You want to do the questions, or what you want to do? It's on you.
What? If anyone has questions?
Yeah.
Anyone has any questions? Let us know.
Thank you, Lemmy Style. Thank you, appreciate that.
If you have any questions, let's see. She said, she's trying to get in on the video.
But yeah, invest in your logo, and of course, the best place to start, obviously, is with the Branding Geeks. We're not intentionally giving you this value so you can come and do business with us. That's not our intention. We really want to just share, this information, share our genius on a weekly basis. But once again, if you do have those questions, if you do want to go down the right path, definitely you want to have a conversation with us, and we'll get you what you need. So yeah. If there's no questions, we go.
We have one question. Let's see. What does your shirt say about your brand?
That's a good question. As Sir, was it
G. Wayne Thompson
II? I think I know that guy. So what does your shirt say about your brand?
Are you talking specifically about the shirt he's wearing?
Well,
or
I think
the shirt period?
Maybe he's referencing. He'll probably clean it up. I think he's referencing what I said earlier about how we wear certain things because it represents us.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping maybe
clarify.
Can you clarify that, brother? Okay.
Let's see what he means. What does your shirt say about your brand? Exactly.
Yeah. So like I said, it's a good question. What does your shirt say about your brand? And in other words, what is the things you wear say about who you are? I mean, think about it. If you buy a shirt, especially a graphic tee, you're buying it because you want to show the world that you want to be associated with that product, or whatever that saying is. You want that saying to represent your thought. How when Facebook first started, it was like, what's on your mind?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So a t-shirt was the earliest form of that. Okay,
Keep going, I'll read that question.
Yeah, but the t-shirt was the earliest form of that. It's the earliest form of your Facebook post. It's just kind of like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. People dress up, they go and they get suited and booted up if they wanted to be respected, in the corporate arena or whatever have you. So, and then the same thing with graphic tees and the different styles that we wear with it, the whole get-up, right? Jean jackets, all of this stuff, whatever is in these days, right? We wear those things because we want to communicate to the world that we're either in style or we're in our own style, or, this is my mood today. So just to tie it back into the point of a logo, just like your style, your logo, your branding, it communicates to your clients, your audience, your whoever you're trying to communicate to. It lets them know that you could be trusted in this specific area. And if you take the time to invest in it and do it right, then they'll trust you. They will trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Second question, Wayne's wife. Okay, Wayne's wife. What are the best platforms to use to promote my business? I think the best platforms to promote your business would vary on where your target audience resides. So at first, you need to figure out who your target audience is, see where they're hanging out. Yeah. I mean, the main platforms, of course, social media platforms, that is, you have your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, and it depends on what your business is as well. Like I said, I think before deciding what platform, decide who your target audience is and find out where they're hanging out. That's and good. Those are the platforms you need to be focused on.
That's good. And if I had to give an example, LinkedIn, right? If you're trying to do business...
Oh, and LinkedIn,
yeah, LinkedIn, right? So if you're trying to do business to business, well, the thing about LinkedIn is a platform for professionals. So that would be a good place to meet the executives and the people, the decision makers for, the business that you're conducting. So you want, and then the same thing, like if you're trying to get with the younger people, right? You probably want to go for, is it still Snapchat? Is that still good? It changes every 5 minutes. I ain't got time. So, but you get the drift.
Should my branding be consistent across the board? Definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, it needs to be consistent. For instance, this week we're focusing on logo. Your logo needs to be the same on Instagram. It needs to be the same on Facebook. It needs to be the same on Twitter, on Pinterest, on LinkedIn. So if I am your target audience, I am your target customer, and if I'm on this platform, I need to know, oh, that's that brand.
Yeah.
Or if I'm on this, oh, that's that brand. It could be easily identified, distinguished.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Go back to the early example of Coke.
Oh, right? And it doesn't confuse your audience.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly the point I was going to make. It's just, Coke, if you were to see a different logo for Coke in every store, you wouldn't know, you won't be able to trust that it's going to be that same taste. Because you're like, is this the same one as that one? Is it that? So the same thing with social media. It's like, if we're the branding geeks, we need to be the branding geeks on Twitter, Facebook, and so on and so forth. And I'm just using that as an example. We don't have that up yet, but if I'm representing a brand, I need to be that same brand everywhere, so that people can, for one, identify me, but two, so that I can start to get in, because you want to get your logo. The one of the major points of a great logo is it starts to resonate in a person's brain where they subconsciously know it's associated with you when they see your colors and they see the shapes. So if you're doing your job, see, I'm getting on to another level, but when your logo is aesthetically pleasing, and you've done your job to place it in all of the right areas, people will begin to associate a shape and a color.
And let me tell you,
think about the golden arches.
Oh, see, that's why we're married, That's where I was about to go, okay? And he can tell you, like, McDonald's and Coke. That's just me. Something about those golden arches, okay? When you in America, those golden arches. If you out of state, if you could point, you could be in the middle of the country, but when you see the golden arches, Lord. When you go across country and you're in a whole different country, right? Across. What I said.
When you go across country.
When you go across country.
We're running across country.
When you go across country, okay? Country. You see the golden arches, like the symbol. It sticks out.
Yeah.
I hate you guys. Albert. But yeah, that's why logo is important, because like McDonald's, or even if it's CocaCola, if I'm going overseas, like I'm going to know the Coca-Cola logo.
Yeah.
They're consistent, even, not where they're mainly established at.
Yeah. It travels beyond where your location is. So we have a question: how do I decide how do you decide who your target? Yeah, how do you decide who your target market is? So this kind of goes.
Love you too, Al.
This goes into a deeper introspective type of discovery, and this is something the Branding Geeks, we can absolutely help you out with. It goes back to starting with why you started, or why you feel led to pursue that business, that product, that service, whatever you're doing, right? It goes back to understanding that. Once you establish your why, then you're able to say, okay, because I have this why, there are a group of people, there are a group of individuals who resonate with that why.
Yeah, she said, I mean, how do I decide my target market?
Right. So which is it's the same thing, right? Your target market, right? That's who you want to focus on, to sell your service or your product to. So once again, it goes back to understanding, starting with your why you're doing it, right? And understanding what value you want to bring and give to your end client or your audience. So once you determine that, you're like, listen, and let's just get an example of us. Okay, we're passionate about helping people, pursue their dreams and their goals, and we provide them with the tools and the resources to help them get there. So, hey, if I have this great idea, I want to sell T-shirts, but I don't know how to set up a website, I don't know how to do a logo, I don't know how to do any of the things. That's where the branding geeks come in, and we help you get to that place. So, we discover our target market by understanding the individuals who are looking for that type of help. So to answer that question, you determine your target market by finding out what you want to brand and give to the world, and then you go and do research and spend time understanding who's looking for what you bring to the world. Mm-hmm. Is that clear?
I think so.
Okay.
If not,
yeah, we could sidebar that. You know what I mean? Okay. Do certain colors and logos attract more than others? Absolutely. Think about red. Red is emergency, right? Red pops out. In the corner of your eye, you see red. You see yellow.
And authority.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yellow is another one that pops out. Think about why, I always say this word. I always strike up this word.
What is it?
Ambulance.
Ambulance. Oh, gosh. He has an accent, and he's from Miami.
Hey, listen. Okay, don't worry about that, but, right, see, why you see medical service and fire department, they choose red because it's associated with emergency. Same thing with blue, lawyers and institutions, financial institutions, and also educational institutions. You see a lot of times they go with blue. Blue is a very trusting color. It's a very cool, calm, collected, right? So, the color, and I'm glad you asked that question, because that can, let's just put it this way, if you're an attorney, and it's not that this is like a written rule that you're gonna fail, but this is just a general suggestion of how you should do it. But if you're an attorney and you want someone to trust you, if you have like loud, bright colors like fuchsia and all of that stuff in your logos, it's not that you won't be successful as an attorney. You can fight against the status quo and still be successful. But off the bat, the first impression is going to be like, maybe you can't take you serious because I don't know if you are, serious enough about what I need.
Yeah.
So.
Then we have room for one more question. Last question from Albert. Should you cater to your warm market in the beginning for traction or an overall market attack?
Definitely. Find a niche, get rich. Okay? And what I mean by that, we can't, all of us, while we think our services and our products and everything that we have to offer to the world can serve the masses, and maybe it could, but the what's the word I'm looking for? The task in attempting to do that is so daunting. There's no way to comprise graphics and messaging that's going to serve everyone. The only person that I thought did the best job in all of history is Jesus Christ, right?
Come on now.
But I mean, if you look at your history, he's the only one that had an effective enough marketing campaign that reached the masses. The rest of us, we're not Jesus. Let's just face it, right? Mm-hmm. So when I say by find a niche and get rich, it simply means, it goes back to that question about target market. You find a group of people who are already looking for what you bring to the table, and you serve them, and you focus on them. You can cater messaging. You can solve their problems. You can, you can be the support that they need or provide the service and the products that they need to move forward and whatever is hindering them or whatever have you, right?
That goes back to finding your target audience, finding out where they're hanging around with, you know. And sometimes it's not just on online social media. Sometimes it's going to networking events or going to conferences, because some of your target audience might be physically there.
Yeah, I mean, once you identify them, now you can start, like Kim said, you can start to see where they hang out, what groups they're in, what networking events they're going to. So, so to answer that question, you find a niche and get rich, which means is you serve that people, and once you build that trust with them through your visual, branding and through your messaging, now that group of people is always going to refer to you for that, that service, for that product. They're going to know that, okay, when I need my Coke, I need my CocaCola. Like,
yes.
I don't care if I'm in, in France. I don't care where I'm at. I need my Coke. I'm looking for that logo. I'm looking for that because I trust that. I know that they're going to deliver the taste that I need. Yeah, I'm going
to be searching. Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers that.
Yes.
And like I said, I know I could keep going. So.
And if not, you know how to hit us up. Okay, DM us. Or call us out.
If you wanna get a consultation, we do free consultations. Check out the link.
Yes.
Schedule one with
in our Instagram, both of our Instagram profiles. Yeah. Like you said, you can schedule your free web graphic consultation. If you have any more in-depth questions, or you want to get going on your own brand, hit us up.
Yeah, but that's it, man. Yeah, Brandon Geeks up in the building.
It's been real.
All right, y'all.
See you all next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.